Alright, this morning we are headed over with Brandon again, and we're changing out a blower motor on a unit. I'm just going to help, so stay tuned, see what we can get into. Are we going in the attic or something?
Hey there, Cletus. Yeah.
Oh. Alright, well, see you later then.
Oh, yeah. Okay, goodbye. Have fun.
Let me get my light so we got good lighting for this TikTok video.
Oh, nice. No one's in here. Hello, this is Brandon with Green Air. Nope.
Pull the power, disconnect. Don't want to get shocked. You gotta leave your wire strippers on the unit from last time.
No, I just brought those up here that way. If I can't get the speed taps out, I can pull it out.
I got my Leatherman on me. That's why it's not working. It's unplugged.
I unplugged it last time. Other than the belly band and the set screws are all different different sizes. So
see, that makes it way easier to cut those wires. The ground's always attached to this one, and I always attach it to the another one and just leave
I always
that
attach it to one of those.
I don't. All right, let's take her downstairs and give her a good old cleaning. It's actually pretty clean.
Yeah, pretty much just change it out.
You take the set screw out. I like to go ahead and take it all the way out.
Yeah, because then most likely, if you have to put a puller on it, you're gonna have to take it out anyways.
Then you sand all that buildup. And then you wipe it off with your hand.
That's right, so always wipe it off with
Look at all that rust on those fingers now.
You were close.
A 3/8 socket.
You need a lot of sockets on a carrier.
You take these off, and then you pull, and by luck, if you got all the rust off, it'll pull right out.
Maybe.
We might have to lube it up.
Or use a puller.
Sometimes you get build up inside here, so if you can get that to spin.
She's like stuck there.
Then sometimes it'll come right off. That's vegetable oil.
Oh yeah, vegetable oil for sure.
We keep it green.
Not super zoom oiler.
When all else fails,
you have to buy a puller.
Where'd you get that? I've never seen one like that. That looks like it's from the 50s.
This is your high quality. You have like the little aluminum one, right?
Yeah.
This is the steel one. Basically, I've broken so many aluminum ones, you had to go find a steel one. I've only broken one of these steel ones, and it was like, it was on a motor that I had to cut it off with a torch. So
I got a Subco, and I haven't broke it yet. So you tighten these three things down, and I don't ever line them up with the hole because you can strip that out and stuff. Yeah.
You could use one of the sockets, but this makes that so much faster.
And she's done. So when I take this belly band off,
Mark it.
I use, to keep it level, my trick is to line it up with the bottom lines of these holes.
I always mark on this motor where it was sitting at. That way I can just see it on the next one. Just different text, different preferences.
Yep. I always will raise it up so this sticks out a little more and get it as close to this line as possible, so I can easily get these plugged in, easier, because they'll stick out of the unit a little more.
Let's see if this is 3/8. Doesn't look like it. It could be though. Boom.
So we got an older motor style with the cables hanging out, so it almost doesn't matter now the way that it lays.
I always just put the...
But like if you do get a different motor style just like that, I use that line as the level and eyeball it.
Nowhere now.
Now by lining it up with that line, when you put it back in here, we won't have any wobble on the fan blade.
Which will cause the motor to get, or not the motor. Sometimes
and this one's clean, so there's no need to clean it.
Fan.
And it's always good to pay attention to the orientation of how it's going to go back in the unit, because if you do get a motor like that, it doesn't have the cable plug, it's easier to face it towards you, so you can see what you're plugging in.
I'm still going to face it towards us just because it makes life easier. And if on these cables, a lot of times you want to have a downward drip, so that way if any condensation comes, it'll drip off and not drip into the motor.
Or into the plug.
Yeah. Boom now.
Okay, once you find, every time you take those out and you set those screws down,
They disappear.
they disappear.
Always, without a fail. Put that joker back on. And then you gotta make sure this joker's nice and level.
Yeah, that's what I do. I stand it up
Even
so
on
you
each
can even
side.
it on each side. And then he's tightening it down. You give her a good spin.
Sweet.
Fill the air off that. Good to go. Now ready to go back in.
Yeah. Man. Having trouble breathing over there?
I'm just fat.
I'm not. I mean, I've got some extra run stuff. Perfect.
Us service techs, we got a certain body type to live up to.
Yeah. Skinny legs, a round body, and
A muscular fat man.
a muscular fat man. You say a muscular Batman? I'll take it.
Ground, put the ground on there.
I'm gonna put the ground. I'll put the ground over here.
Take out and lose.
Yeah.
So I just put it on the ones I'm already gonna take out.
And always remember where these were.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can always take a photo, but what I like to do, flip it. What I like to do to challenge myself is not take a photo, and if you forget, you get used to looking at schematics.
Yeah. Pretty sure it was at 3 and 4, but it'll tell me.
But sometimes it's good to take a photo because if the static pressure was off and they had
Yeah.
to lower the fan speed.
Got our matic. Blue was 2, white was 4. That's what it was in. Blue was 2, white was 4. And now we have it dripping. If it ever has to drip, it'll drip right down this way instead of going out. All right. Let's give her a good shove.
I was wondering, usually I test it before I put the door on, but he's sometimes you just got faith.
My ADHD brain. I hear it.
It'll do a setup. Yeah.
Is it spinning the right way? Yeah.
Yeah. When these turn on, they'll do a quick setup so you can tell.
Sometimes it'll, well, because they're reversible, so like it'll spin one direction and realize that's not the direction it should be spinning, and then it spins the other way. All the logic in the board and everything.
Yeah, the module like programs itself.
Mm-hmm. So we will turn this joker on, and then I always go check suction pressure just to make sure it's fine. And then this.
While this one definitely needs maintenance. That's probably why stuff's going out. Look at the air pressure.
I changed the. I was here. Changed the compressor out like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And I cleaned it. I did everything to it.
Well, it gets bad because of this. The dryer vents are right next to it.
It's inside right now, minus 50.
Clearly, we didn't install this because being that close to there, your line set's here. I don't know if I can zoom out. You could just really spin this and rotate it to there, and all your connections are still here, and you're that much further away from. That's
the only reason I can see they didn't want to put it here is just they wouldn't want to have to hear it from these windows. They're going to hear it anyway.
You're not going to hear it through these walls. These things are concrete. But I mean, a little bit of thought, and they could have prevented all of this.
We got 147 psi, which is 86 degrees inside. So you look at your VSAT. My saturation temperature is at 51 degrees in the coil. You're wanting 35 degree difference from, usually 35 degree difference from the indoor ambient to your saturation temperature. It's 86 inside. You're getting exactly 35 degree difference on that saturation temperature. So she's cooling pretty good.
That's the old school way of looking at stuff.
I like the old school way. That's a good way. And I got 96 degree liquid line temperature, which is pretty good. I don't have my quarter pressure, so I don't want to check the liquid line pressure. Looking at it, it's probably got a little higher head pressure, but
You could check return your temp split here, but it's not going to be the same as checking it right at the unit. I always recommend if you can check it at the unit, you check it at the unit.
see what we're getting here.
83 coming in. Find an existing hole. If not, there you go. See what's going out. Perfect.
Yeah, right at
62 degrees.